Alright, have you seen the video? There's the link for the video. I just released it. I was working the entire day on it, by the way. Check out the entire vid. It's completely ad-free. Holy shit, you people wrote a lot from the start. I can't believe it. I can't read all of this. Do I participate in the Let's Atlantis Streamer Challenge? No, I do not. There is no reward. I don't participate when there is no reward. And if it's on normal only, then fuck no. Especially if it's on normal. What the fuck do they mean max on normal, man? You can play with your eyes closed. Way much less than 1% play on unfair. Around 0.1% actually finish the game on unfair, Kingmaker. So that's way much less than 1%. 1% is around on hard. I'd like to know how far I would get on Let's Atlantis Streamer Challenge. If it's normal difficulty till the end, I doubt I would die one single time. There is no way I would die. No bloody way. Yeah, it also depends if they do a challenge for hard and unfair. If you're supposed to do it with companions or with mercs, that changes the world when you play, you know, whether you share experience or not. That also means a lot, how fast you level up. This game will be superb in 2 years from now. They rushed it a bit. A lot of inscriptions, descriptions are missing. Full voice cover is not supported. Minor bugs, some game breaking bugs if you're not careful. So everything's gonna be patched in 2 years. Customers nowadays are the true beta testers, indeed. Indeed. I was the main beta tester for Kingmaker. For sure. Which CPU is better for gaming? Check the benchmarks. Simple as that. Go to benchmark, type Ryzen 9 versus Ryzen 5. You'll see which one performs better. Some of them perform better for different types of games. Dante, hello Dante. No, I don't have anything against Blackwater. I just think it doesn't belong in the game. It's completely out of the team. Like it's another game. It has nothing to do with high fantasy. You know what? When I start earlier, like when I start the stream and I start like 5 minutes in, then people come and say, "What did I miss?" When I start 30 minutes later, then it starts way too late. You can never accommodate everyone, okay? Never. No, I wouldn't die on normal. There is no way I would die on normal. No bloody way. How am I not obese? Because I don't eat like that every day. How do you like food, Dante? You get married, you're gonna get 2 cakes on your birthday, perhaps even 3 if your grandma is alive. 4 if you have a sister. Warrior, thanks, Warrior. Thanks a lot. He can cast spells spontaneously, yeah? You can cast Thunder Strikes and everything else with those gloves. It was delicious, Dante. It was delicious. For those who came right now, you can check my YouTube channel and the last video I released. There's the link. And let's fucking begin. Let's see. Right? Open the door. Whew. Believe it or not, I'm still thirsty from that food from yesterday. I drank around 5 liters of water since yesterday. As I said, it's not for every day. Goddamn black water. Oh, we do eat a lot here. That's nothing that you've seen on the table, by the way. We eat way much more. I used to eat way much more while I had 100 kilograms. That what you see on table. Now I deleted like 80% of the table over there. Okay. And while I was training, and when I had 100 kilograms, that's one proper meal out of 3 per day. That's how it is. Now I eat way much less. Sometimes I even have days where I don't eat at all. I only drink juices and water. So that changed at least. Have I opened every door? The thing is still on. How the fuck do I remove that? I mean, I can pass with a mass dimension door. For sure. That does it. I wanna see what I'm dealing with. 100 face. What is this, a Lich King? It demonstrated superior abilities. We're impressed. We greet you, candidate. Who are you? We're 100 face, the mind engineer, the alloy of mortal and immortal. We oversee this community. There's nothing left of your community. You realize you've seen this face before. The cowl-shrouded visage of Kelly Belk, who told you about this place. The top of 100-face cowl has been removed like the others. But the crown he's wearing is much larger and more intricate. I know you. True, your arrival was planned in accordance with the schedule. Given that the original host's body possesses the most advanced functionality, we used to convince you to come. We're satisfied with the fact that you arrived within the scheduled time limits, as did all previous candidates. Calculations do not require adjustment. The original host's name does not matter, and neither does the history of his existence. We're not what he was. We have long surpassed the limitations of a mortal creature's mind. Singular personality was split in order to achieve complexity of thought. Now we're collective, we're 100-face. So many fancy words, but it's also simple. You used to be human, then you became a monster. That's it. So you even turned yourself into a machine. Through exhaustion and deterioration of living tissue reached critical levels. For the purposes of continuation of function, a number of measures were taken. The decision was considered acceptable. The procedure resulted in the duration of existence being extended by an undefined length of time, which would prove sufficient for the discovery of permanent solutions. Incredible, simply unbelievable, a real breakthrough. Listen only to schematics. Then I'll take some measurements, run a series of tests. False, the technology is not accessible to outsiders. You may obtain the required data only by undergoing the transformation process. That's tempting. You can already see a number of flaws in your design. Here's what we'll do. You give me access to your technology. I'll improve it and then I'll allow the lot of you to join with my brilliant mind as my assistants. Categorically denied. Our design is perfect and is not subject to adjustment. Why have you lured me here? The question requires a multi-part response. First, we have been testing our location's deterrent system. The deterrent system has been judged unsatisfactory. Adjustments based on this observation is required. Second, we've been testing you. You've been deemed satisfactory candidate. You will be subjected to the modernization procedure. Third, we have been searching for a fitting specimen as a replacement to lead our field combat unit. Your abilities have been deemed extraordinary. Modernization procedure will be modified in order to take specimens' peculiar properties into account. We're satisfied to the highest degree and are experiencing a state of euphoria. We wish to inform you that you will serve as the leader of our army. What are you doing here? Conducting the project, implementing its schedule, gathering an army. While incrementally enhancing countermeasures, we're attracting increasingly more dangerous opponents to absorb their abilities through modernization and amalgamation. The next scheduled phase is to attract a high volume of non-mortal opponents, such as demon armies of the world want. The chances of victory are adequate. They want to fight the demons and turn themselves into monsters that are no better. What is that if not a triumph for the Abyss? How did you convince Sarkorians to serve you? The manipulative approach was deemed optimal. Specimens were motivated by the promise of assistance. Mistrust was suppressed through the weakening of their identity basic elements such as hope, religious beliefs, or ethical limitations. Insubordination was suppressed through internal purges. My mind, a machine that can lie, scheme and manipulate. It seems the end of the aristocracy is upon us. Who needs counts and barons when this handy mechanism does it all for you? Just playing with the lives of others. The end justifies the means. Say nothing. Silence confirms the lack of conflict. We're satisfied. How do you bend mortals to your will? You cannot comprehend the intricacies of our work. It is highly probable that you assume that the key is the direct cerebral connection. That is an insignificant accomplishment within our project. Our true genius is embodied in the device you're observing at this moment. It collects external thoughts that are then translated into generic signs, stored, transformed, and sent back as commands. This process is efficient. The cognition circuit receives the command and compels the body to execute it. It expels all redundant and resistant elements from the specimen's mind. Our device is the pinnacle of scientific thought, a mechanism created by a mortal being. Yet it surpasses its creator in every aspect. It is the beginning of a new era. A gateway to the future. It allows us to control our servants. We are holding them at the tip of our thoughts. Our soldiers have forgotten the meaning of fear. We erased it from their hearts and minds. They've forgotten their lives. The reclaimed space has been used to store knowledge of combat arts and mastery of Lemurian weapons. They know no pain. Their bodies remain obedient to cognition circuits, no matter the wounds they sustain. Until their functionality is lost completely, they will execute the commands. Observe, psychological death failed to make many of them abandon their posts. Is this not a perfect army? It should not be bowing before our genius and thanking us for revealing the truth. All these never-before-seen mechanisms, how did you obtain them? They were procured in the depths of Numeria. We executed a series of expeditions into Silver Mount where we discovered these and many other pieces: killing noise, chambers of eternal life, artificial creatures, technology. These items were crafted from sky metals. They're not from Golarion. They were created under the light of other stars. The Technique League is a group of arcanists and other lore seekers obsessed with unlocking the mysteries of the Silver Mount, an ancient alien artifact that crashed long ago near the Numerian capital city of Starfall. Through their indirect control over the nation's ruler, the Black Sovereign Chaos Pool. The Technique League also has strong influence over the laws, policies, and economy of Numeria. The Technique League in Numeria extracts such machines from the ground. They think they can understand their essence and claim them. False. The nations of Golarion are undeveloped beyond measure compared to the creators of these items, and their failure is therefore assured. The device that we assembled is capable of fully grasping technology. Tech. False. We will now begin the preparations for modernization. First of all, I want to know what to expect. We got lightning.
Move out! None shall escape!
We got a lot of lightning, then we got fire. We have these fuck darts. I can't check him out. I don't know what I'm dealing with.
I'm all right. At once. I'm all right.
This is not my time. It was unexpected.
I sense something.
It's armed with trickery. Okay. Ah shit, I couldn't check his stats. We need to rest for this, that's simple enough. And we need a lot of Animosi Travisi also. It is disgusting though, there's a lot of mobs. Someone needs to rush and click on all of those. Len can do it, he's quite fast. Let me just check if I can survive enough to see the battle.
Smile, the world's not ending just yet.
Don't even have healing.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel better.
The fuck? What the fuck? I guess that wasn't intended at all.
Move out. I'm all ears. None shall escape! Can't hide from me.
Call me again if you need to.
That's fucking disgusting.
Assist me at once.
$69 armor class.
The light! Thank you!
Okay. We need to rest.
Oh, the waiting's never fun.
And need to double check those spells, see what I can use against them. I should just ignore the demons, I should go straight for him. Nice and easy. We test him on both unfair and hard, see how hard it gets. Yeah, straight we're gonna do it now. The beginning is the hardest by far. True. True. Eibor would be a huge addition here. Huge addition. Biran is medium.
Smile, the world's not ending just yet.
But he can do it, he gets to. I just wanna switch that armor. I like its stats, but I hate how it looks like.
No reason to pause.
For some reason I can't guess. I guess I need to rest. What? Once per day, the wielder can activate one of 5. Ah, we do it without it. Fuck it.
All this waiting bores me.
Rely
Miss me
on
already?
Always be ready for the worst. Everyone is mortal in this world, especially when I'm around.
I welcome your company.
I'm always open to ideas.
Oh, skip the pleasantries.
I will help where I can.
I'm losing my temper.
Rules are made to be broken.
Are we ready to move out? We are making a mystery of ourselves.
Orma. future
move
awaits
already.
us. We will win this war.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
You require my unbiased opinion? Anything new?
Please allow me.
Hmm? Oh, yes. What?
No one stands in my way.
Together, we stand.
Battles await.
Rely on me.
Missed me already.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
I'm always open to ideas.
I shall not be swayed from my path.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
This is where I shine. First, I will prove my worth. No reason to pause.
The waiting is never fun.
Are we in trouble yet?
The struggles never cease.
You are my favorite aide.
Skip the pleasantries.
I'm losing my temper. Let's move already.
No time for debates.
Damn retards, 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 retards. Why on earth would you stop?
What a discovery.
me again if you need to. Into the fray!
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I will resist.
Not even demons summoned. Imagine if I used all buffs and scrolls. That was disappointing. Who did it faster than me? Name one person that did it faster than me with loons. With loons. Stand by. Immediate exterminations being considered ineffective. Viability of our host being compromised. The probability of death is estimated at 100%. Device must not cease its operations. We're ready to transfer the device control codes to you. Why are you giving your creation over to me? Self-perfection. Decide the fate of the device. We approach self-perfection by increasing complexity of the structure we develop. The device is the most perfect and the most complex of the structures of our making. Its continued operation will guarantee the successful completion of our function. 100 Face starts speaking in Halet, the language of the Myria. His voice takes on an almost physical presence. His words are impressed upon your mind with such force you doubt you'll ever be able to forget them. Upon completing his task, 100 Face gives an approving nod. The code that controls the device is now known to you. Use it. Its potential is limitless. It will run the necessary procedures on mortal candidates with no need for your input. You will be able to make use of the results. Awaiting affirmative response. Holy shit, I stumped his ass. You leave a white heavy crossbow. For real. For real. See what it does. The divide grid. No, step away. Load. Now let's see the fucker on unfair. It took like 3.5 seconds for card.
No one stands in my way.
You are my favorite aide. Oh, yes. What?
I'm gonna try it like this. No need for way too many buffs.
I'm losing my temper. Let's strike from the shadows.
I found something.
Interesting.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
This condition is irrational.
First is OP. Extremely OP. Freaking spammer.
to the fray!
Prepare yourself.
Strike from the shadows.
The light, take you!
Performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Same shit on unfair. Oh no, I smacked him once more now. I smacked him good once more now. Same shit on unfair. Disappointing. Disappointing. He can't even spawn demons from me. Fuck Diablo 2 remaster. I played Diablo 2 for 2 years back in 2000s. You don't know how many hours I got in Diablo 2. I got around 10,000 hours for sure.
Are we ready to move out?
Well, we seen the fight on both hard and unfair. He lasted like 2 rounds more. A round or 2 rounds more on unfair. In total. But it was extremely fast. Let us see the machine. Device greets your approach with majestically cold indifference. Judging by the sounds it makes, it's continuing its frightening monumental work even after its owner's death. Examine the device. Device makes all of 100 Faces' other creations looks like pathetic tin handicrafts. Its inner workings reveal an array of perfect geometric forms, and a large crystal covered in minuscule engraving hovers suspended at its very center. The wave of energy it emits envelops you. The crystal contains tremendous power, and it is the writing on its surface that directs that power. It feels as if the device itself is a living creature, one that is merely sleeping, for now. Knowledge Arcana figure out how the device works. Good, destroy the device. Evil, speak the code that 100 Face instilled in your mind. Figure how the device works. Recalling all that you ever read or heard about the Nemirian arts of technomancy, you fully understand the sheer genius of 100 Face, that he even realized what he'd created. That the function for which he was using the device controlling enslaved warriors was but a shred of its true potential. One might as well use a finely tuned astronomical instrument as a paperweight. The key, unique feature of the device is its ability to read and process the thoughts of sentient creatures. By absorbing them into the crystal that serves as its heart, it breaks complex thoughts and emotions down into basic clear symbols, readable by anyone. It perceives deeply personal feelings and casually assimilates any experience, no matter how unique. It learns, and what it learns is everything. 100 Faces' army provided it with many thoughts and emotions, but the device hungers for something more. Observing this magnificent monster is both breathtaking and terrifying. Let's speak the code and see what's gonna happen. We go with evil. You utter the words, the meaning of which you fail to understand but cannot strike from your memory. There is a shift in the way crystals glow. A change in the sounds of the device makes. You feel a strange sense of cohesion. It becomes abundantly clear. The device has identified your mind, familiarized itself with it, and the device is now ready to obey your commands. Wherever you may be, you need only offer a single thought and your order will be executed. The device is ready to serve. All that's left to do to allow it to perform its bloody work is send its naive and loyal mortals. I don't get it. What I got out of you? I really don't get it. What? Does someone know what happens when you do it like this? Because I don't see anything changed. So stuff for the crusade. You get to recruit cyborgs in your crusade army. I get that one. Only that. Cyborgs in Pathfinder, give me a break. Have you seen someone smack the boss faster on both hard and unfair? That's what I wanna hear. Terminators for the army. Whack the device. Destroy it. The device refuses to die. He watches clouds of metallic dust erupt from its depths and gather around the parts he damaged. Restoring their original condition, you hear a low scraping noise coming from the core of the mechanism like a giant tossing and turning in a steel cradle, shaking off sleep. Now that you attack the device, it tries to awaken to become more complex in order to protect itself. Without wasting another moment, you call upon all your power and deliver a single unstoppable deadly blow. It tears the massive crystal heart from the depths of the device. The mechanism thrashes around like a beast in agony, until at last it moves still. And we receive the heart of device, 37,000. Crystal that serves as a powerful energy source, it once the core of the sinister device created by Technomancer 100 Face. But the commander of the crusade destroyed the abominable machine and took the heart of the device as his trophy. Well, basically we get 37,000. It's not like you don't get anything at all. But what is the playful darkness? And where is it? After this chapter, okay, there is time. We need to go to the inner sanctum now. Nice it is. Nice it is. Have I been everywhere, Deona, man? I unlocked all doors. I remember you guys said yesterday that you can't enter everywhere. But I think I've been everywhere. There's not a single door left on the entire map. I clearly remember someone said you can't enter anywhere. You need to pick what doors you want to use. But I've been everywhere. Utol. Mobs were a lot more painful than the actual boss, but if, let's be real, if I did the mobs with resting, then it would be easier. I did most of the fights without resting. Okay, times across local valleys were full of fanes, shrines, and temples dedicated to various gods and lesser deities. Even now their presence can be felt amidst these ruins. No, even if I rested with the mobs, it would be easier. I just refused to rest. You know, every time I had that first fight against them, it was with maybe around 40 to 60% of buffs. I was never fully buffed for mobs. You can do it if you wanna rest. Then it's easy. Whenever plus perception checks. Whenever you confirm a crit with any bow, the target becomes disoriented. Suffering -4 social penalty and perception. This is great. Insta buy. Insta fucking buy. Can I explain 180 crit from Lion? What is there to explain? I raised his damage with 1 million buffs. And of course also his items. Nothing to explain there. He just had a lot of buffs. I casted most of my damage buffs on him. I already explained it like yesterday. Good hope is the thing that buffs your entire team tremendously. It's extremely important to have good hope. When you rest on every 5 hours, then the game really becomes a chore. It really becomes hard. That's true. What do you mean I'll have to wait? The game was made with a lot more resting in mind. Don't troll me. No, it doesn't stack.
Let's strike from the shadows.
Oh, Lan, man, you're gonna be insane. You're gonna be insane. This needs to expire, so I don't know what to do. It needs to expire.
strike from the shadows.
What, you mean I should skip days before entering the next act? Only because of companion quests? That fucking sucks. That commander, the one entering the room, is horribly wounded. Simple clothes are soaked with blood. Face been beaten to a pulp. One arm is twisted at an unnatural angle. She walks toward you. Her legs give out and she falls to the floor. It's Ember. Ember's been taken. Where? Baphomet cultists came to her sermon. They slaughtered everyone and took her off to their unholy shrine to sacrifice. I can tell you where it is, I'm begging you. Hurry before they do something to her. Somebody help, she's representing. How exactly do you know where the shrine of Baphomet is? You're very perceptive, Commander. The woman lowers her head, stops for a moment, and then forces herself to continue, looking you straight in the eye. I didn't come here only to tell you about Ember's abduction, but also to surrender to the law. Arrest me for treason. I'm a cultist of Baphomet. It's my fault Ember was taken. Tell me more about your cult. I was recruited a few months back. Came to this city to work on a construction site. Was alone with no friends and no money. Met some nice people in the tavern. We spent some good times together. They were always willing to help me in any way they could. They even let me borrow money and never asked for it back. I really thought I'd found friends. Then they started saying things about unfairness in the army. The Galfrey is a tyrant, and you're her executioner. That fighting cultists is just slaughtering innocent people. To see things a different way, felt like something was off. But they were my friends. Well, it didn't even take 2 months before I was kissing the hoop of Baphomet's statue in his shrine and swearing an oath to his warlord, Tazgarot. Break Baphomet's profane altar, destroy his cult, and punish me in front of everyone as an example to the rest. Who's Tazgarot? A very powerful demon. Only seen him once, and I almost died of fear. He's huge and he breathes fire and devours human souls. He has an entire army of Templars at his command. Why are you helping me if you're the cultist? I regret what I did. Doesn't absolve me of my guilt. How did you end up at Ember's sermon? I stayed away from her sermons, but the cult leaders kept a close eye on her. People flocked to her. The cultists dream of poking her congregation, maybe even luring her to their side too. When she started saying prayers for the demon lords, we thought it would be easy to entice them to our side, but we underestimated her. 5 spies, including me, infiltrated her congregation. When the other cultists came for her, all 5 of us took up arms to protect her from Ember said prayers for demon lords. That can't be true. You didn't know. She's a true saint. Don't know what else to call her. She was offering up prayers for all the demon lords, Baphomet, Descari, Nocticula, Cabriri, asking that they come to their senses and end this war, stop hurting people. She believes there is good in everyone, even creatures who are evil incarnate. I don't know if anyone can make demons come to their senses, but she can do it with people. How could I keep hurting crusaders after I, along with the others, appealed to Baphomet's better nature? How could I ask him to repent and not repent myself? I see. You left the cult atone for your sins, you may go. There can be no mercy for cultists, even former ones. Arrest her. Guards, hanger. Arrest her. Arrest is the least I deserve.
Let's strike from the shadows.
You again, when I see her, fucking hell. The capital needs you to take decisive action. There's been a major scandal. The nation of Underan, our diplomatic partner, has sent its army to help the crusade. However, this apparently generous gesture is nothing more than political provocation. The Underans went to prevent the emerging rapprochement between Mendev and Cheliax, of which I have previously informed you. They deliberately sent their army to our territory without seeking Nerosian approval. If Mendev accepts this help, it will cool our relations with Isger and their suzerain Cheliax. The Royal Council command, that is to say, expects you to reject Underan aid. Direct them toward Her Majesty's court. They're welcome to negotiate with the capital. Unfortunately, we can't disregard the decision made by Her Majesty and her council. Those Underans didn't come here empty-handed. They brought weapons and supplies. Let them share those with us, since Nerosian forbids them from joining our army. Come now, Lady Konomi, all this suspicion. I'm sure that Underans are driven by nothing more than benevolence and concern for our collective future. We simply must accept them like dear friends. We should send the Underans back home instead of to Nerosian, and declare as loudly as possible that we disapprove of their underhanded methods. Otherwise, our capital diplomats will see it as an opportunity to strike a few deals and sweep the whole scandal under the rug. And that's not right. Wild deeds should be exposed, not hidden. If the whole deal is about them baying Underans, they should just stop baying them. Take down the banners, call themselves mercenaries, problem solved. What's the gist of this political conflict? Isger is protectorate of Cheliax, and Underan and Cheliax have a long history of feuds. For the Underans, the highest values are freedom and equality, and for the Cheliaxians, it's order and hierarchy. It's as if the two countries were made to be at odds. The fact that they're both allied with Mendev doesn't stop them from settling scores at any opportunity. For the time being, Nerosian considers it's more advantageous to cooperate with Egorian, the capital of Cheliax. No one is cutting ties with Underan. It's just that the relations have cooled somewhat. It's a common occurrence in the politics of major powers. That's why Nerosian insisted on inviting Isger, Cheliax protectorate. When you accepted their forces, the Underans resorted to a provocation. Either Nerosian receives their help, incurring Egorian's discontent, or it risks a diplomatic row. The Royal Council chose the row. Let's see what the council has to say. Social. I come from Underan myself, as Shaylin is my witness. I wish I could offer another solution. We have sworn an oath to Her Majesty. If Nerosian doesn't wish to see Underan troops in Dresden, we have no right to invite them. But no one can forbid us from accepting their help in the form of weapons and supplies. After all, this war is not just some political conflict, this is a battle for the fate of Golarion. Everyone is entitled to their part. With touching bashfulness, you're proposing we behave like the daughter of a noble family who wants to give herself to a dashing bard but keep her maiden honor. Diran. Does it become us to reject the aid of our valiant allies who are on their way here to share the burden of this holy war? I sense the sins of pride, envy, and yes, a whiff of covetousness too, coming from the direction of Nerosian. There can be no place for sin on a crusade. Don't forget about the sin of slander, Count. Enough tomfoolery. Your jest will lead to a diplomatic disaster. Perhaps, perhaps not. One thing I can say for sure. This was a bold move by Underan. They're willing to invest much in this cause, our cause. I see no reason to refuse. I never was fond of Cheliax anyway. I don't like their practices or their wine. Len, is it a good idea to rebuke those who send us troops? The longer I sit on this council, the harder it is for me to figure out which demons we're supposed to defeat. The ones on the front lines or the ones we're protecting. How can people think about plots and intrigues when the world hangs in the balance? I don't have much faith in the integrity of Nerosian's bureaucrats, which is why I'm suggesting that we treat the Andorans in a way that will make it clear we won't stand for being used. If you want to help, then do it decently, and if you want to scheme, just go home. It will discourage wily opportunists, but wins the respect of those who value honesty and decency. The politicians may be at fault here, but what is the soldier's cry? They're prepared to risk their lives to defend Golarion. They're certainly not looking to gain anything from this war. Is it just to punish them for the actions of their leaders? With logic like that, we shouldn't be surprised when people start to judge us by the deeds of Nerosian bureaucracy. Voljev. I know a guy or two with connections in merc circles. A bit creepy, but they keep their word. I'll take 5 minutes for them to turn an Andoran army into a mercenary company. They'll dig up some distinguished name of some retired group, fix you up with the banners and the uniforms, and record the company's arrival in the books of the local mercenary guild. Even the fusiest clerk won't realize they're not well-respected dogs of war, but a detachment of Andoran regulars. And just like that, under neutral banners, we accept their new friends into our army. Clever. It's crooked, not clever. If a soldier doesn't care under which banners to fight, then they're not a soldier, just your average cutthroat. If the Andorans agree to something like this, my respect for them will plummet. And it's not high as it is, Lady Konomi. Firstly, because it is the wish of the capital, and secondly, you do understand that the situation is larger and more complex than what you can see from Dresden. It would be inconvenient for us to quarrel with Cheliax at the moment, and Andoran is pushing us to do exactly that. I can promise you that Mende will compensate for your losses. We are guided not by consideration of our own benefit, but for the good of your army and the entire crusade. No dice. When they give you something, you take it, especially freebies. Don't bother feeding us that garbage about compensation us later. The authorities do it whenever it's fleecing time. And then what? The people get nothing back. Compensated my tail. $6,000 finance points. Footmen, champions, shield bearers, spearmen, convicts, and conscriptors gain the Andoran equipment feat. Plus 3 bonus to maximum HP. Hedge Knights are recruited at command. Paladins, Curazers, Hedge Knights, Raiders, and Light Cavalry gain the excellent horses. Are there Hell Knights here? Paladins, Curazers, there's Hedge Knights, not Hell Knights. 45 Rangers. Range unit capable of defending themselves in close combat are recruited Commander Archer, but that they gain is Gary's training. Opponent damaged by this unit makes a fortune saving throw, penalty saving throw, minus 2 penalty armor class, and all saving throws. That one is nice with land. Hedge Knights are recruited at the Commander's headquarters. Mercenaries gain attracted by Fame feat, plus 1 bonus to armor class. All mercenaries. Konomi. Curazers, Champions, Marksmen are recruited at the Commander's headquarters. Crusade morale increases. Get the fuck out. 45 Rangers. Archers, Rangers, Marksmen, Headhunters, Bandits, and Slingers will gain his Gary's training. Excellent horses. Plus 3% bonus to maximum HP. Finance points. Len is right. We will publicly announce that we disapprove of Andoran's politics and refuse their armies. Commander, you already demonstrated your defiance of the Royal Council. Do not cross the line that separates defiance from an open attack on Mendev's interests. The Royal Council will not forgive you for it. Is that a threat? Merely a warning. Your actions, on the other hand, are indeed threatening to Mendel. Her Majesty has entrusted her kingdom to the Royal Council. It is their duty to oppose those who hurt her interests. By turning them against you, you leave them no choice but to start hurting you. Decision's been made, and it's final. There will be consequences, severe and unpleasant consequences. Let's see if there are still nations in Avistan who conduct their politics honestly. If there are, our decision won't go unnoticed, and hopefully Enderan will learn its lesson. I'm gonna fuck the Queen, I'm gonna fuck the entire Royal Council, and I'm gonna fuck the demons. That's gonna be the bloody plate. I'm gonna fuck them all. Okay? I don't care if Hedge Knights are strong. I told you what I'm gonna do. Yeah, only Ivory Sanctum left, but now I got Ember's quest also. I need to take a piss. Be right back. Very fast. Poquito. Juste sur le point. I hope you're pleased with the work of the diplomatic council. I doubt that the capital will henceforth be inclined to involve you in the matter of politics, Commander. You may give your demon war your undivided attention. Fuck you and get out of my castle.
Let's try.
Permission to report. We're short on soldiers. Any elation from taking Dresden is long gone. We now face the harsh reality of a drawn-out war. What is sufficient for an expenditory force won't cut it for a proper army that needs to hold the territories around Dresden and still advances forward. Now we dealt with the weary and replenished our officer corps, we need more troops. Suggested write a letter to Mendev and ask Her Majesty for a new draft. It will take some time, a long time to be perfectly honest, but it's the most reliable option. Mendev is already giving everything it can spare to this war, so we ask our priests to be more active with their preaching in other lands. Let them inspire more people to volunteer. A regular draft may not be enough. We have one permanently in effect as it is. We should suggest that the crown recruit all who lost everything in the attack on Kenabres and their other cities. Instead of meager state-issued meals for these orphans and homeless refugees, they'll get army rations, a pair of boots and a spear. It's not the best solution for them and they won't be the best soldiers for us. We'll have plenty of material to sift through and forge into solid combatants. We won't get far on sheer enthusiasm. Fortunately, we have good coin to dress it up. Everyone who's ready to fight for lofty ideals is already here. It's time to call on those who would fight for gold. What about the troublemakers from the Very? Do they criticize us still? Negative. Ever since you took those measures, we haven't heard a word from them. After your changes within the officers' ranks, the command staff is showing nothing but loyalty. Let's discuss our options. Scylla. I traverse half the world to join the Crusades. I'm sure there are still plenty of souls over Golarion who will join our ranks. We just need to get through to them. Let's send priests. To preach in other states, and not just any priests, but those who've been on the front lines. They'll tell everyone of the horrors they've seen here and how important it is to fight back against the Abyss. People will volunteer once they see that this is battle not for Mendev or Sarkores, but for all Golarion. We truly believe that people learning about what's happening in the world will come running to volunteer. We think too highly of them. Upon hearing this preaching, most people will run in the other direction. As far and fast as they can. Regiel, Present, Kenabres and the other cities that we steal the souls are teeming with orphans, the homeless and the refugees. Survivors who lost all they had. They live off the ground in tents, sustained by handouts. Get them to the front lines, they're not the most optimal manpower pool, as it is unlikely they would have volunteered, but they've nothing to lose and will gain an influx of recruits as well as saving Mendev from having to waste funds on citizens who provide them with no benefit. Take advantage of those people plight in order to bolster our ranks. The poor folks you speak of have suffered tragedy. They should be recovering and restoring their faith in life, not thrown into demon's mouth. Diran. Don't be stingy. You're practically asking people to jump into Demon's Gullet. Sure, there are cooks who do just that for some high ideals, and there are those who can be coerced by the Force. Nevertheless, mortals have yet to invent a better incentive than a shiny coin. We offer the volunteers sufficiently high pay, they'll sign up in droves. Can't rely on the loyalty of mercenaries. They're eager to come and fill their pockets. They're just as eager to abandon us once they're faced with real danger. I've seen it happen time and again. We need true soldiers, those who can't imagine life outside the army, obey without a second thought, and if necessary die without regret. Captain Cartman. For situations like this, we have direct instructions from the Queen. Make her reign last forevermore. We should write to Nerosian and ask Her Majesty to announce a new draft in order to send reinforcements. Of course, the plan will require time. There is no question that it will deliver results. No telling how many more recruits the Queen can scrape together through a regular draft. Mendel has already given us the best and most enthusiastic. It's time for the rest to do their part. Unlocks the Preacher's Decree. Recruitment growth for trainable units increased by 7% for 20 days. Unlocks Refugees. Recruitment growth for trainable units increased by 20% for 14 days. Crusade morale reduces by 20. Generous recruiters. Number of available mercenary units increased by 1 for 14 days. Recruitment growth for trainable units increased by 10 for 14 days. Recruitment growth by 7% for 7 for 20. Scylla. Thank you, Commander.
Oh,
There's nothing else left. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You follow.
What do I do with these bracers? Plastic bracers. I cannot equip them. Find them.
Onwards.
I got so many of those miscellaneous items that I don't know what to do with them. I'm gonna go to the storyteller. Quickly. Guys, thanks. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks a lot. You wanna try Eastern European food now. Once you give it a taste, you won't eat anything else. Outside of my domestic food, I enjoy Italian food and Greek food. And that's it.
Let's strike from the shadows.
We got a new item. Essence Power. The item belonged to someone truly powerful. It was created as a gift. It's so hazy, I would like to learn the story. It would take much to revive such a mighty relic. If you can get 5 vials of blah blah blah. Restore an ancient cloak.
Let's strike from the shadows.
I believe we should rest. Uh-huh. Let's traverse more. Let's begin. It's not like sausage. It doesn't have to do anything with sausages. I got around 50 different sorts of sausages here also, but it doesn't have to do anything with sausages, make sure of it. Completely different taste. Far, far better. It looks like it, yeah. Although it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't. Next time when I order different kinds of sausages, I'll record, then you see how sausages look like. Issue. First blood. One of the officers been bringing recruits to the prison so that they could fight weakened captives and kill them. He wanted to prepare the newcomers for their first battle. Unfortunately, during one of the training sessions, one of the soldiers got killed. Everything came to light. Approved the method of training. 300 military experience points. Forbid touching prisoners. 750. Recruit prisoners to fight into the army. Unlocks the right to pardon decree. 30 cultists are required. Recruited at the commander's headquarters. Cultists in headquarters. No. Forbid touching prisoners. Cruel treatment of the prisoners tarnished the honor of the Crusaders. Many of the soldiers were encouraged by the commander's noble actions. Military is 4, diplomacy is 5, logistics is 4, leadership is 4. Very soon to be 5. There are different types of cevapi, okay? With different types of meat, and they're mixed cevapis. With different types of meat, and there's cevapis with different type of cheese, then there's cevapi with different type of veggies in them. Then there's hot cevapis also. They're full grilled, half grilled. There's like 1 million combinations, and all of them have different tastes. I mean, the last few years, most often what I eat are from lamb or sheep, okay? And those will be high quality cevapis, but 90% of what you can find is out of swine. Okay, swine meat. Which I avoid as much as I can, because it's the worst kind of meat you can eat. As I said, there are many different sorts, okay? Many different sorts. Then it varies in what restaurant you go to get them. In what part of the country you eat them, that also varies, okay? A lot. They don't taste everywhere the same. It really depends in what part of the country you are, what city you are. Usually on most rural places is the best food. Like between cities, somewhere on the road, and when you go to some village, then on the road to the village there's a restaurant, okay? And then they get their meat from organic producers, okay? From those that got organic farms. Those would be cows and similar animals that eat real grass, okay? And then that meat is far better quality than what you can get in supermarkets and everywhere around, you know, worldwide, basically. So the more rural the area is, the better the food, with everything, with meat, with cheese, with veggies, with fruits, with absolutely fucking everything. That will be the basic rule. We're all with the same team. No, I don't buy meat at supermarkets. I don't actually remember when I bought meat in supermarkets. I can easily go for months without meat, but I'll never buy in supermarkets. That ain't meat, that's garbage. Classic steroid-induced garbage full of hormones and different bullshit. It's everything but meat. Okay. Same goes with fast food. It's everything but meat. Simple as that. Where's Ember? I need to try and win this. I really need to try and win this. Is the last army remaining after all. How do you use this? I never used this in my life. All units in targeted army gain +5 mythic rank. Also no saving throws. This effect lasts for 1 day. How the fuck do you use this? Oh my god. How on earth do you use these spells? I never used a single buff so far. I click on a unit. +5 mythic rank on all saving throws. No, it doesn't work.